Should the canteen sell only healthy food? Yes or no? Should social media be banned at school? Yes or no?
Do these sound familiar? Of course they do, because they're used over and over again.
Persuasive arguments students write in response to text are even more familiar and repetitive, with a lack of thinking outside of the box. Are you finding this even more true during online learning because of COVID-19?
Hi, we're Rochelle and Molly from Simply Right Learning, and we have the solution for you. What is the solution, you ask? A lesson based around Australian customised maps that students examine to form unique arguments and perspectives.
Take a look at this map of Taronga Zoo, providing students with visual data that will allow the formation of an argument, with inclusion of students' own interests. These questions will be formed around what the student wants to talk about, whether they have a keen interest in lions, monkeys, seals, or elephants. How is visual literacy incorporated? According to the DOE, visual literacy involves closely examining visual text across a range of different text types. Students will demonstrate representational, compositional, and interpersonal metafunction through analysing and decoding visual features of the map, such as salience, vectors, and modality. This lesson is inclusive of prompting questions that incorporate visual literacy meta-language. For example, how is the symbolic use of colour utilised to provide meaning? The text creator used an overhead shot rather than eye level. How does the text creator make the viewer feel a sense of safety at the zoo?
How do we incorporate critical literacy in the lesson, you ask? First, let's define it. Critical literacy encourages readers to question, explore, or challenge the power relationships that exist between authors and readers. To promote critical literacy, we have incorporated the 4-resource model, which will encourage students to view text from different roles, including the code breaker, text participant, text user, and text analyst. During the lesson, students can work in small groups with each member taking on one of the roles, looking at the type of language that's used, what do they remember from being at the zoo previously that would influence their opinion, what do the features of the map tell us from a functional perspective, and what is the text creator's purpose and what do they want the reader to do.
A big positive of the high engagement in this lesson is the stronger use of persuasive techniques. Students are better at using persuasive language and structure when they are actually interested. Your lesson pack will include maps customizable to any major Australian city, lesson plans and syllabus links, example arguments, discussion topics, and prompting questions. So how does this all link to the syllabus? Our lessons address Stage 3 reading and viewing, and thinks imaginatively, creatively, interpretively, and critically.
Want to know how successful this lesson could be for your class? Check out what these teachers had to say after using our lesson with their class.
I've been looking for a lesson that allows students to develop strong literacy skills whilst incorporating their own interests. This lesson is genius. I can't thank Simply Right Learning enough.
The lesson ticks off so many boxes. Syllabus outcomes, visual and critical literacy development, engagement, and overall really gets the students' creativity flowing. I'd recommend this lesson to any primary school teacher.
It's been a real struggle to get Oliver off video games and into online learning. This is the only lesson that Oliver wanted to do. He wouldn't stop talking about how the lions would of course be the first to escape from the zoo.
To order your lesson now, go to www.simplyrightlearning.com.au or follow us on social media.